Hey, Rachel, are you there? I just heard that our grandpa had some kind of accident and he fell over. Is everything okay? What's going on with him? Do you have any idea?
Troy, what are you talking about? Yes, Grandpa did have a little health scare and collapse, but that was about a month ago. Why are you just asking after him now?
Yeah, I'm really, really sorry about that. But the thing is that my phone just stopped working.
You mean you haven't had a working phone for the past month? Do you not have money to buy a new one or something like that? Please don't tell me that you quit your job again, Troy.
No, nothing like that. I just forgot to pay my phone bill, so it stopped working because they stopped service. But I still have my work phone, so I can text whoever I want, no problem. It just took me a while to figure out how to get it to work the way I wanted it to.
And so that's why no one has been able to reach you by phone for this whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. So anyways, back to Grandpa. Is he doing okay? What was the situation like?
So you mean that you really were worried about Grandpa then?
Of course I was worried. That man practically raised us. Besides, I know you know that him and I have a bit of a history.
Well then, you should have tried harder to reach out to someone and let them know you were concerned. But anyways, Grandpa's out of the hospital now and he's back at home. Although, we are all just a bit worried if something like that ever happens again. I mean, he certainly isn't getting any younger, and as sad as it is, he just isn't as strong as he used to be. I've actually been staying with him on and off because I've been so nervous about leaving him alone.
You mean you went back to actually live with Grandpa for a little while?
Yeah, that's what I just said. After all, you and I are basically all the family that Grandpa has left now. And he's the one family that we have, besides each other.
Well, I'm just glad to hear that he was okay after his fall. I was really worried.
Well, if you're really that worried about him, why not go and pay him a visit at home?
I really don't think that he would want to see me at all. I mean, the whole reason I moved out of the house is because him and I were always fighting. Remember?
I know, but you can't really pretend that you didn't have any role in starting those fights too. I mean, are we really going to pretend like the last fight that you two had wasn't over you scamming someone out of money? Did you know that Grandpa had to pay them back so they wouldn't go after you? If you're really that worried about our Grandpa's health, then I think you really owe it to him to visit him in the hospital.
But then, doesn't this mean that you do think that he'll actually get mad at me if I go back?
I would be surprised if he didn't get mad at you. Yes, Troy. But the fact of the matter is that he is really starting to get old, and I think that more than holding on to old grudges, Grandpa just wants to make things right with you. I know you don't want to leave things the way they are with him, right?
No, I really don't want to leave things as they are between him and I.
Actually, that reminds me that you and I have something to talk about later.
What do you mean? What do we need to discuss?
We need to talk about the fact that I really don't think that Grandpa should be living on his own at his age and in his state. But I'm working a job that wants me to be in the office every single day, and are very strict about it. Personally, I wish that I could go home and just help take care of Grandpa instead, but it just wouldn't work. I've suggested to him that he move into a retirement home or something like that, but he says he doesn't feel quite ready to take that step yet.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, his house is pretty big to be living in all by himself now that you mention it. I doubt that he can even manage to keep it all clean by himself, right?
Exactly. That's what has got me so worried. And so that's why I was thinking of going over there to visit with him soon. And I was wondering if you would want to come with me. I really think it would be good if you did.
Are you really sure that he wants to see me? I just don't know how to feel about this at all.
Well, why don't you at least try seeing him? If things go bad, then you don't have to do it again. I mean, the whole reason why you reached out to me in the first place is because you were worried, right? It's up to you, but I really do think it's high time that you settled your problems for Grandpa.
Okay. When I have some time off of work, I'll think about what I want to do.
Okay then. I won't say anything else about it in that case. The rest is all up to you, Troy. I just hope you make the right choice.
Hey, Rachel. You aren't going to believe it. I made up with Grandpa. Things are totally fine between us now.
Wait, what? You mean that you went to go and speak to him face to face?
Yeah, I did. And I told him how sorry I was for everything up until then. And then he said that he forgave me.
I see. Well, that is really, really good news, Roy. To be honest, I wasn't sure if he would ever go as far as forgiving you. But if that's what Grandpa wanted to do, then it's beyond me to say anything about it.
Well, I just want you to know that I really did just feel about the way that we left things. And when I did go to see Grandpa and I saw how frail and weak he had become, well, I just knew what I had to do then. I realized that I should have done what I did a long time ago. After all, he was the one who took us in and raised us after our parents died.
I know, and now that man is 80 years old. So if you really want to make things right with him, I think there is plenty for you to do.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. That's why I decided to move in with Grandpa. I want to make up for all the lost time we had before it's too late.
Wait a second, what? You mean that you're really going to move in with Grandpa? But what about your job? What are you going to do about that?
Well, actually, I'm working a job kind of similar to you, Rachel.
You mean that you're a freelancer? Well, what kind of work do you do then? Because I didn't know that.
Oh, I just do a bunch of business online. You know, normal stuff.
I figured that you do stuff for your job. It's what kind of stuff you do that I want to ask about.
I'm kind of like a temp, basically. People just send me odd jobs to do and I take care of them, and that's that.
And you're telling me that you make enough to eat on odd jobs?
I mean, it also helps that my wife also has her part-time job. Thanks to her, we can live just a bit more comfortable.
Hold on a second. Did you just say your wife? You're married?
Oh, oops. Did I let that slip just now? The truth is that we're not married, but we did go to the civil ceremony, so we are married on paper.
And so then you would be moving into Grandpa's house with your wife in this case?
That was the plan. Yeah.
And did you even talk to Grandpa at all about this when you went to go see him?
Yep. And he said it was fine. He didn't have any problem with me bringing my wife along.
I see. Well, I guess it would make watching him easier if there were more people around the house. But your wife is really okay with the two of you doing this as well? Like, she doesn't mind moving in with our grandpa?
No, not at all. We talked about it and she said it sounded like a great idea. She was actually really proud of me for doing this.
I see. Well, okay. This is kind of a lot of information to take in all at once, if I'm being honest.
No, I understand. I should have said something to you about the wedding. I'm sorry about that.
You really should have. I mean, you're my brother, and I haven't even met the woman that you're married to. I should go over and make myself known to her.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. It's too out of the way for you. Besides, I'm sure you're really busy with work, right?
But this is really, really important. Besides, if she's going to be looking after Grandpa, I think that I really should. Anyways, when were you all thinking of moving?
We were actually going to move around the end of the month.
Oh, great. Well, then I can come over and help you all pack and get ready, and tell your wife how grateful I am for her going along with this. Now, please tell me that you don't have any other huge life news to drop on me right now, okay?
You're right. I'm sorry. I guess it all kind of spilled out when I just wanted to tell you that I was going to be moving there.
That's okay. Anyways, I'll call Grandpa on the phone tomorrow and talk to him a little about this. And please let me know when you have a solid move-in date, okay?
Hey there, Rachel. It's been a while since we last talked. How have you been?
Oh, wow, Neil. I haven't heard from you in forever. How are things going with you?
Things are going all right. But I heard that you're living in New York these days. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
I see. Well, do you ever go back home to visit your grandpa ever?
Of course I do. I actually was just there maybe last month to see him.
I see.
What do you mean? Why did you ask me that question, actually?
Well, it's just that I was leaving out earlier today walking my dog, and I thought that I saw your dad out there walking on the street. Called out to him, though, and he told me that he lived in the city now.
Wait, hold on. He really said that? But that doesn't make any sense. My brother is supposed to be living with him at his house.
Well, yeah, but it really didn't sound like your dad was joking around or anything like that. Not only that, but his clothes looked real shabby. Honestly, I thought he was a homeless person until I recognized him.
Did he really look that bad?
Yeah, it seemed like he had been out of the house for at least a few days by that point.
But when I called my brother to ask about how things were going, he said that Grandpa was doing great. Are you telling me that my brother actually just threw him out?
Wait, what? Your brother and your grandpa are talking again? I remember the last time you and I chatted, you were telling me about how Troy ran away from the house after scamming someone.
Yes, and all of that really did happen. But recently, Troy went to go visit Grandpa, and I thought he had a change of heart. He told me that seeing Grandpa made him regret all that he'd done and made him want to do better, and I believed him.
Wow, if he really threw his own grandpa out of his house, that's cold. But anyways, I just want you to know that I took your grandpa in and I'm letting him rest at my house. Is that okay?
Did you really do that? Oh, Neil, I don't know what to say. That's so kind of you. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to try and get back to the city as soon as I can. Please let me know if anything happens to my grandpa.
That's okay. It's no problem at all. You just be careful coming back here, okay? I get wanting to come back quickly, but your safety has to come first. I mean, you won't be much good to anyone if you're taken out in a wreck and end up in the hospital or worse.
You're right. I'll try and be careful. And thank you so much for everything, Neil.
Hey there, Rachel. I was just wondering if you heard from Grandpa lately.
Grandpa? I don't think so. Why do you ask?
I see. So I guess that means you haven't really heard about anything going on at the house here?
Anything going on at the house? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What's supposed to be going on?
I'm talking about Grandpa and the house here. Do you really not know anything? I could really use your help with this.
I am sorry, but I really don't know what you're talking about. Besides, aren't you at home with Grandpa? Why do you think I would know any more than someone actually there?
Well, the thing is that I think the house has been sold and we're being kicked out. I was out running errands and I just got back to the house, and when I did, there was a sold sign across the front. Not only that, but all of my stuff and my wife's stuff were strewn all around the yard.
So it was just you and your wife's stuff. None of Grandpa's stuff was thrown out?
Aha! I knew it. I knew that you knew something about what was going on. Did you do this? Did you toss out our stuff like this?
The only person who did anything around here is you. So why don't you start by explaining what you did to Grandpa, huh? Because I heard that you kicked him out of his own home. How could you do that to the only family that we had left?
I didn't do anything. That old man got up and left the house himself.
Oh, please. You really think that I'm going to buy that, Troy? I know that you and your wife kicked him out on the streets.
It really isn't like that at all, Rachel. This is all just part of a plot that Grandpa came up with. I knew that he didn't really forgive me for what I did in the past.
And just what do you think this has to do at all with whether or not he's forgiven you?
Because he was setting me up. He lured my wife and I into moving in with him, and now he's left the house and is trying to leave us with nowhere to live too.
You must really think that I'm an idiot if you think I'm going to believe a word of this. You brought this on yourself.
What do you mean by that? You mean you're really going to take Grandpa's side over mine?
Let's just get something straight here. You have a lot of debt right now, don't you?
Of course not. You really think I would ever do that after my experiences when I was younger?
Of course I do. Because the thing is that you don't learn. In fact, I hired a PI to look into you, And I know for a fact that you're about $30,000 in debt. And I understand that about a third of that was borrowed from less than reputable sources.
Wait, when did you find all of this out?
Oh, just about 2 weeks ago, I'd say. I started looking into you as soon as I made sure Grandpa was okay. But now that I've done my homework, your actions are starting to make a lot more sense now.
Wait, no, Rachel, you really are getting this all wrong. I swear. It's true, I do have debt, but my situation is really, really dire. I don't have any money for myself. And the whole reason why I'm in so much debt now is because I'm trying to start my own business.
So then, where did you and your wife go out to today?
We just went out a little. Surely we're at least allowed to do that, right?
Not if the where the two of you went was a casino. And you've been there since early this morning. In fact, I know that you two have been going there almost every day for a while now. And you don't even have a job, do you? You just spend all day throwing your money away at the slot machine. And this whole thing about you moving in with Grandpa was all just so that you could steal his house, wasn't it?
But we had no other choice. We were going to be evicted.
Well then, you shouldn't have taken out all of those loans in the first place. You really haven't changed at all. I can't believe that I ever trusted a word that you were saying. And here I thought you really did want to try and make things up with Grandpa.
Rachel, please. I really am sorry for everything. But Grandpa refused to give me a single cent. I told him about how much trouble I was in financially, and he told me to figure it out on my own.
And just what is wrong with telling you that, huh? Do you have any idea how much Grandpa has already stuck up for you in the past? But he isn't just a walking ATM for you to go when you need money, you know? You always act like this.
Oh, come on. You think I wanted things to end up like this? It's just that I'll have to pay off my loan soon, and people are waiting for me to do so. Scary people.
Well, this is a mess that you have gotten yourself in, and it is no one else's job but yours to fix it. I don't care what else you have going on in your life. You can't expect Grandpa to bail you out like this. In fact, Grandpa and I are going to cut you off and stop talking to you forever.
You aren't serious about that, right? Please. Don't you think it's just a little much? Can't I at least get my portion of Grandpa's will before he does that?
You really think that Grandpa has a place for you in his will anymore?
Of course he does. I'm his grandson. I have a right to something, right?
You really are delusional if you think you're getting anything from him. I mean, is this really how you think the world works, Troy?
I didn't think that I would end up in this much debt. You have no idea how much trouble I'll be in if I don't pay this all back.
If you borrow money from some shady people, then that is your fault and no one else's, Troy. I mean, do you think it's everyone else's around your job to clean up your messes for you? You are not going to get a single cent from Grandpa after what you've done to him. And you aren't going to get an ounce of pity from me.
So then, I'm really not going to get any money at all.
You're impossible. If that's all you're really interested in, then you really do deserve whatever comes your way. Now, neither Grandpa or I ever want to hear from you again. Do you understand me?
Wait, no, please. You can't just leave me like this. You have to help me. You're all that I have left, Rachel. Please, don't leave me like this. I'm begging you. You have no idea what's going to happen to me if I don't pay this.
After that, Troy and his wife picked up their belongings from the yard, packed as much as they could in their car, and drove off to find a new place to live. It was a few months later that the police found them and arrested them for their debt evasion. They were also arrested for their roles in underground businesses that they had taken up to try and pay back their shadier sources of credit. Troy tried to beg Grandpa and I for help, but we knew that he would just repeat this behavior over and over again. And so we both did nothing. I picked Grandpa up from Neil's house the night he told me he found my grandpa. We both moved into a large apartment in the city that fit us both. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to give enough support to my grandpa in his old age. But now that we live together, I feel much more at ease about him. And with the money he got from selling his house, we were able to hire a nursing service for while I was away at work. Now that I have Grandpa with me, I want to make sure that nothing like what Troy did to him ever happens again. I'm going to try and make my grandpa as comfortable as I can in his final years. After all, it's the least I can do to start making up for how my brother treated him.
Hey, ATM stepmother. How long are you gonna stay in the hospital? I only hit you a little bit.
What the hell? Isn't there anything else you should be saying?
Yeah, there is. I'm not gonna hang out with my friends from school. Give me some cash.
Michael, don't you realize what you've done? Shouldn't you be apologizing to me?
What? Of course I knew. I said I only hit you a little bit. Why the hell should I apologize to you for that?
I broke my cheekbone. Apparently it's going to take 3 months to heal properly.
Stop lying. You even called the ambulance? You're overreacting. This is why old hags like you are so annoying.
What? Annoying? Mothers all around the world are trying their best, and you call them annoying? What would your real mother say if she found out?
You call me so many times over such small things. And old hags like you try to make stupid conversation. Give me a break already.
Do you think I'm in this situation on purpose?
Aren't you just faking it to try and get me in trouble? You're an adult, you shouldn't be doing this. It's so embarrassing.
I'm not faking anything. I have work, and I have to wait 3 months for this to heal. I've only ever supported you. This is ridiculous.
Supported me? Who has? You?
I tried my best to support you and become your mother, Michael.
But you didn't even give birth to me. You're my stepmom. You can never be my real mother.
What?
My mother's still alive, you know. I have a mother, I just don't live with her.
I know that.
Oh, so you know that and you still want to take my mother's place?
That's not what I meant. But I wanted to be your mother. I meant that.
You're so delusional. You're only my dad's girlfriend. I do respect the fact you made my dad fall for you, even though he's 10 years older than you. But even if you try your hardest, you are just my ATM.
ATM?
Yeah. ATM that just spits out money. You're a fake mother. You can never be my mother.
You're being so mean. I didn't know you were this much of a spoiled brat.
Who's the mean one? You didn't give me money, so I hit you. What would I do if a real ATM didn't let me withdraw money? Anyone would hit or smack the ATM, right? That's why I hit you.
You're a terrifying child. I can't believe you talk about such hurtful things so calmly.
I don't need lectures from you.
I thought you would change for the better if I treated you with respect. I really wanted to become your mother.
Shut up. Just give me the money. Where's the cash?
I don't have any cash or cards at home. I won't ever give them to you. I won't let you do whatever you want.
You're being ridiculous. You lying hypocrite.
What?
You said you wanted to be my mother, right? Was that a lie?
No, I honestly mean it.
If you want to be my mother, you should be respectful and satisfy me. Just do whatever I say. Give me money.
Is that your image of a mother?
Yeah. Anyway, all you can do is give me money. You're an ugly hag. I don't want to think of you as my mother. Your only value to me is your money. Just give it to me already.
I can't do this anymore. I won't. And I can't give you any more money.
What? If you don't do as I say, my dad will divorce you. I'll tell him you abused me.
If you do that, then there's nothing I can do.
You don't need to show off your poor acting skills again. You won't be able to live if my dad leaves you.
Just say whatever you want. There isn't any point talking to you anymore. You aren't going to apologize for hospitaling me, right?
Of course not.
Okay then. I'll give up being your mother.
You didn't have to try. You'd never be my mother anyway.
I'll leave the house too.
I wonder how long you'll be able to last. I'll bet $10 you'll be back in 3 days. Hey, stop ignoring me. So annoying for you to ignore me.
I haven't been ignoring you. I'm still in the hospital, you know? I don't look at my phone that often. I'm in pain because you hit me. And what is it? What do you want?
I heard you're getting divorced so soon.
Yeah, we won't be seeing each other anymore. I'll move my stuff out soon, so this is goodbye. So please don't contact me.
So sad.
How dare you treat your mother like this?
No wonder Dad divorced you. Even if you get divorced, you're still my stepmom, so you need to give me $5,000 each month.
You little brat. I'll crush you if you keep that attitude up.
What?
How dare you make me this angry? I guess a little punishment is necessary for a brat like you.
What the hell?
My patience has run out for you. You abused my goodwill. I can't forgive you for your inhumane actions.
It's your fault you were divorced.
I was divorced. Don't get the wrong idea. I was the one who asked for the divorce.
What? So you're the one who divorced my dad?
I'm gonna leave you both. I can't stand a man who allows such a bratty son to do whatever he wants. I don't want to spend the rest of my life with him.
This changes everything.
What?
I guess you have to pay compensation as well as child support now. Compensation for hurting my dad's feelings and divorcing him. And compensation for hurting my feelings, total of $1 million.
Don't be stupid. I don't have to pay any money to you. My lawyer agrees.
Lawyer?
Oh, yeah. I filed a complaint to the police about your violence.
What the heck are you saying?
Do you think you will be let off because you're underage? You'll probably be sent to juvenile prison.
Wait, I've got college entrance exams next year.
So what?
I won't be able to go to college if I get sent to juvie.
Not just college, your life is over.
No way.
You don't have to worry about college.
Why?
You'll probably be kicked out from school.
Because of this?
That too. But you probably won't be able to pay school fees.
What?
Haven't you heard? Your dad is up to his neck in debt. I've been paying your school fees.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. His previous wife divorced him because of his debt too.
I didn't know.
He wanted to present the image of a cool dad in front of you. I decided to marry him because of his kind personality. But I can't stay with him if a brat like you is around.
Wait. I didn't know anything. I'm still a kid, right? I was just being rebellious. I didn't know anything. I know the truth now, so I'll change.
No way. I don't believe you. I can't just trust the words of someone who has caused me so much pain.
I'm serious. I've changed now.
Okay, then good luck with the rest of your life. We aren't related anymore, so I don't care.
Don't say that, Mom.
Now you call me your mother? You thief!
What?
You took my credit card and used it without my permission, didn't you? I filed a complaint for that, too.
A complaint?
You used my credit card while I was in the hospital. You stole my card that I hid in my room.
What are you talking about?
I know you did it. They investigated after I filed the complaint. They confirmed you used my card at a store.
So what? It isn't theft if we're a family. You'll just embarrass yourself if you sue me.
You're wrong.
What?
You used my card yesterday, right? I asked my lawyer to submit the divorce papers first thing yesterday, and it was accepted.
I know that, but what about it?
You don't get it? When you used my credit card without my permission, we were not family anymore.
Oh,
Now you get it. When you used my credit card, I was no longer your stepmother. It's theft.
I didn't think it through. I just used it like I normally do.
Now you will have a criminal record, both for assault and theft. You'll definitely go to juvie. I hope you come out a changed man. Just take your sweet time and repent your sins.
No way. Mary, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Please help me.
Why would I help you when you literally physically assaulted me?
You said you wanted to be my real mom. Can't you just think of it as being your real son just being stupid? Show me that you really mean it.
Wait. Why do I need to show you anything at this point? No way. The feeling I have towards you is that I want you to be punished.
I didn't tell you this before. I have an illness. My dream is to go to college, but I don't know if I'll make it. So please, help me.
What even are you saying anymore? I've never heard of your illness. I've never seen you with any symptoms. You're not a baby anymore. Cut it out. It's so embarrassing. Eventually, Michael was arrested by the police. He was sentenced to go to juvenile prison. His dream of going to college became just a fantasy. To make sure other students didn't become worried, his high school processed him and expelled him for being unable to pay school fees. In reality, he was expelled for being arrested and sentenced. His father is kind, but indecisive and unreliable. Just stood there and was unable to process the situation. Of course, there's no reason to be sympathetic. Now that we're divorced, when my wound heals, I'll work again. And find true love this time.